direction. And you mentioned Siri. One of the things that I've done in the past is to design voice design
Oh yeah,
for yeah,
cool.
and I was giving talks about voice design, the future of AI and voice, and all that. And it's very obvious that the kids who are talking to Siri or to the Google Home or whatever, they are getting these patterns of speaking, a way of speaking to someone who would not react. Eh,
Yes,
and sometimes they do use it in order to curse and in order to speak in a certain way that they would not do to a person.
it's true.
And we need to be very aware of it, that they're learning from that, and it's one directional, right? So although that they will get the answer, but it's one directional in relationship. And I think the same thing that you're talking about, like about food and about cartoons, is that we want something that might be more complex but more human, and it's more natural for us to do
That's
that.
right. Yeah, it's so funny. I have some friends, these my friends' 12-year-old daughters, Lola and Tilly, and when they're talking, they'll do things like this. So they're actually that's an emoji, the crying emoji. So they're
Oh,
working in emojis to the when they're actually talking to you. Isn't that fascinating? You
yeah,
know? Um,
it's strange.
I know, right?
Don't you feel old when they're doing it?
I do. I do. I feel really old.
Yeah.
I am. I
It's like my daughter, she explained to me that in many cases you need to do that when you're
yes,
yeah, it's like, why would I do that?
right. There,
It's
but
the
I
same thing.
love the evolvement, is that the word, of language specifically, right? So the meshing of the two. That's cool,
Hmm.
right?
Right.
Um, by the way, I use Dragon Naturally Speaking um, full time as voice
Mhm.
activated software for computing. So I'm so aware of voice and sound and how it's working, that whole dynamic. What's been interesting for me, I've been using this for I think 10 years now. So I'm totally hands free. I don't type at all. And Dragon doesn't make any spelling errors, right? There's no spelling errors in my world,
Yeah.
but it does make like sound errors. So it'll confuse something that sounds like something else. For example, um, if I say VCs, it might mishear it as feces.
Which is not good.
No, I'm like,
No,
don't send that email.
no. It's good that you're verifying that this is what you meant, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's interesting too because I also I might say something like blah blah blah, and it's done this a few times. It heard it as the character from Arrested Development, Bob blah blah, the lawyer guy. It'll write that
Yeah.
out. So it's listening to it's they feed the brain cultural information, so it has like these reference points, which is pretty funny to me. But even this idea of nuance through that I'm involved in every day is working with a computer that's trying to understand me and guess how I talk, and you know it's it's does an okay job, but it can't replace a smile,
Yeah.
for
And you
sure.
just make Emma smile with the VC's example.
Oh yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one.
So I want to go and just you could tell me about being an entrepreneur and starting an AI startup, and what are the main challenges with this very complex technology, and how do you overcome them?
Mm. The biggest challenge is me, right? It's getting like my head. How much am I going to let the negativity get to me or not, right? And so the first thing is to surround yourself with a great team, and my team is the best. I can't live without them. I'm really super lucky. They're all incredible, very caring people, very caring humans, and very smart also. And they want to win this game, and they're willing to suffer. I mean, it's not an easy ride at lately. It sure is fun, but if you wanted to work somewhere where it's very calm and the hours are chill and you have tons of benefits, it's not my company, you know?
Yeah.
And certainly I do, and I'm 48, so like what it takes for me to survive every day is more than when I was 20, you know? I mean, I need more sleep, and I do need acupuncture or massage, or I need to go for walks and like just make sure my mental space is really kind of with it. I think that I totally obsess about lately. I know that the answers are always right in front of me, and that's a good sign of an entrepreneur, right? Because I'm scrappy. I know I'm going to get it done. But the obsessive quality, I mean, I'll wake up in the middle of the night and just think about an email that I've written or need to write and be thinking over and over in my head exactly what I'm going to say or why I'm going to say it. Or if like yesterday, this chief product officer at a very famous company, no, it was the M&A guy, took a meeting with us, got on the call, and didn't know anything about us, wasn't prepared, had moved the meeting 4 times. I could see the reflection of his glasses of him reading my website as I'm talking, right?
Oh,
Yep.
not good.
No,
Not good.
no. And he's kind of also doing that, like, who's got the biggest balls at this table kind of thing with me, you know? And God damn it, Adi, like I should have stopped the conversation right in the beginning and said, this is going nowhere. We both know it. Let's just get off the call here. But I didn't. I was polite, and I let him frankly abuse me for half an hour, you know, and waste my time. And as I'm saying this and it's coming out of my mouth, like there's a lot of negativity there, right? Now that's not
Right.
the worst thing that's happened to me. There's been way worse, and that's not the first time that's happened either. It's happened a bunch of times,
Yeah.
you know? And it happens to women more than it does men, for sure.
Yeah.
But it does grate on you. I mean, it's just a constant avalanche of shit, right? And so picking my head up and smiling and believing that I'm doing the right thing, that takes some work. That is hard. I am not very good at it. I rely on a lot of other people to see the glass half full.
Yeah, I have to say that I hear what you're saying, and it really touches my heart because I'm working with entrepreneurs, and